I'm keen on understanding how to monitor and take care of my health during menopause. What hormonal tests are typically recommended at this stage? Also, what are the best ways to maintain heart and bone health during menopause? Do you recommend hormonal injections to balance the hormonal imbalance? So, quite a layered question, lots of different aspects. And so, over to you, Swapna.
Hi, everyone. Now, this menopause is a minefield for everybody, for all the women experiencing it, and everybody who comes in contact with the women experiencing it, because it has such a huge impact on, every aspect of women's health: physical, metabolic, psychological, everywhere, in all the ways that matter. And there's so much information, but also a lot of misinformation out there. So, yeah, it's a great question. Understanding how to, and this is some relevant not just to women, but also to the men, because I would imagine most of the men have women that are important to them in their lives who are affected by this. So, very useful to have this information. Uh, in terms of the question, actually pertains to hormonal tests recommended during menopause or in perimenopause. And typically, most doctors would say the actual marker that you're entering menopause or in perimenopause is your serial FSH, that is the follicular stimulating hormone. And usually they do it in a series. They do a serial level, because a single measurement is not a very good effective marker, but a serial drop in the measurements shows that the ovaries are reducing their function and your estrogen levels are dropping. And that is the marker, the gold standard to know that you are going into menopause. So serial FSH is important. Your estrogen levels, estradiol, which is one of the most important types of estrogen, that reduces. Your progesterone drops. So your doctor might ask you to get an estrogen and a progesterone level. Sometimes they ask you to get your LH, luteinizing hormone levels, but that is less important. So if you don't do that, that's totally fine. The other one that's important, and this is kind of left field, surprises a lot of people. Testosterone is considered mainly a hormone in men, but it's just as important in women. It affects libido, it affects muscle mass, and it's really important. It reduces with age, and menopause is a very crucial, vulnerable time when the levels can vary. So your doctor might prescribe getting your testosterone level checked. And apart from these are the reproductive hormones, but they will also ask you to check your thyroid hormones or thyroid function tests. And the main reason for this is reduced thyroid hormones can often have symptoms very, very similar to menopause, lethargy and lack of energy and bloating and weight gain. And I'm perimenopausal myself. I'm sure you can guess looking at me. And these things are so common during menopause, but they are also very common if your thyroid hormone levels are low. And what we don't want to do, none of us, neither the doctors nor the patients who are experiencing these symptoms, is miss something that is quite easily fixable with a simple tablet. So, thyroid hormone has to be checked. And some doctors might ask you to check your cortisol levels, because obviously cortisol affects stress and overall well-being, and necessarily quite very important. But in addition to checking these hormones, I know the question pertains to hormonal tests, but I would also say it's quite important to check some other vital parameters, because they are related to the negative impacts that women experience during perimenopause and menopause. So checking your vitamin D levels, that is related to the next question, the second part of the question. Vitamin B12, vitamin D, your lipid profile, your HbA1c, a lot of more like an MOT, how we check our car every year. Menopause and perimenopause is a very good checkpoint to make sure we are measuring all these.